94% of traders think this dip is over, and they are absolutely wrong. Maybe this video is just going to be the one to save the rest of your money out there in the markets. Because on my previous video, I exactly told you that US is going to join the war, and I exactly told you what will be happening next. Right now, war headlines keep dropping. Bitcoin keeps dipping. And Crypto Kappa says this is only the start. We are going much lower. But is nothing really happens on the market at this stage? Or maybe there is an ecosystem people are actually escaping into. During these times, there are coins and there are projects that are pumping like crazy because people are selling a bunch of the assets. They're sitting on these tables and they are looking to re-enter somewhere that is pumping, just to feel this feeling again of not constantly losing money, but actually making it. Today, you are getting the war facts that really hit the chart and some more insights. I was 100% right before. I'll have some more stuff to share. Why Crypto Kappa is so bearish and what are my Bitcoin targets at this stage? And what are the assets I think you should be allocating into at this stage? Stick till the end. The information there might just shock you. No time to waste. Press the like button and let's start. Crypto Kappa shared this today. Every bounce looks like a dead cat move to fade. Alts are already down hard 30-50% from May local top. But I don't think the real capitulation has started yet. That's very interesting because real capitulation is when people actually stop caring. They start to just sell, to exit the market, they don't care, they just want to have some money back out there. And to a certain extent, this is definitely something that has happened already, but I would tend to agree here with Kappa. The final part, the real capitulation, did not start yet. There is still a bit of hope there that, oh, maybe things will pump, maybe they will reverse, I will sell the next local top. We'll see what will be happening. Unfortunately, I have some more bearish information to share. But does it mean you should be negative? Nah. You should view this as an opportunity because millionaires are being created through these times. This is the chart of Bitcoin at this stage. Yesterday we had crazy dump because what? Because United States of America actually joined the war with Iran. And the question you might have, did I actually hear it somewhere before? Maybe someone told me about this. Maybe someone told me that the market would be bearish on this piece of news and we will have a huge dump. Let's actually try to sparkle this memory in your mind, right? To be honest, I have insights. The insights that I have is that the US will actually join the war versus Iran. And I do believe that short term, it might actually be causing some more pain. That's why mainly I would say personally, I'm slightly bearish short term. I would say over the whole setup on the market. Absolutely insane. This is what I want to say. It happened just 3 days ago. And the question you might have, Stan, do you have any more insights? Can you give us some more information what actually is going to happen on the market? Short term, I'm still quite bearish. I do believe that despite the fact that overall the market is dead, we definitely had a very nice surge up in range of assets in terms of meme coins and altcoins out there. SPX did quite well, Farcoin did quite well from the bottom, Bread, several X from the bottom as well, and things like Hyperliquid. And for these things, it's almost like they actually have to call off. Like 100%, what we've seen is that crypto people that were allocated in the stable coins through this dump, they bought back into the market, right? And as usual, most of them, they essentially bought the local top out there because the higher the coin go, the more liquidity you pretty much need to push the price, right? I do have projections about $86,000 Bitcoin. Personally, I continue to hold meme coins only up until a certain point. I do believe it will continue like that, although I would be looking to allocate some into altcoins once the whole situation would become a bit more clear, or once it would be even lower from here, which is honestly something I might be expecting because before, if you remember, I was sharing the target of $96,000. Right now it's 86 already. And it's like 50% drop from here, 15. Quite crazy. Next thing I wanted to show is liquidation heat map out there. Despite the fact we have seen that we got very nice buyout from that levels, Crypto Kappa tells us to just stop and treat this as the dead cat bounce. What we can see, there's a bunch of liquidity at $93,000, and there's also a bunch of liquidity around $82,000, $81,000. But if the price would be here, like somewhere at 86K, these longs, a lot of them, they will essentially be closed, right? Because people would be afraid, or maybe they will hit the stop losses at that stage. We can also see a giant pile of liquidity in terms of shorts from $111,000 level, which is pretty crazy if you'd ask me about it. Something I also wanted to share is the hate that Alex Becker is getting on the market at this stage. If you're having alts, you're going to be rich as fuck soon. game's already over. And this is Ansem. You've raped more people than Jeffrey Dahmer. So it's questionable because Ansem definitely raped a bunch of people in meme coins, 100% as well. But I must say that recently, in terms of like macro projections, he was quite right. Although in the recent market pump, it seems like he just faded the whole pump like right away and probably like was allocated into some stuff like just holding probably hyper liquid and that's it. And we have to understand this, the guy probably made 20 million plus, he doesn't fucking care at this stage. But this sentiment is very, very interesting. So like this post got 850,000 views, mainly because Ansem commented on it and people are generally agreeing with this type of opinion. If you would ask anyone on the marketplace at this stage, what they would say, altcoins are absolutely dead. No one is going to buy this scam. It's insane. It's just a piece of scam and nothing is actually going to be out of them. The unlocks are too much and things like that. Still, I do believe to some extent, if not to the full extent, that we shall be seeing our altcoins in common because people are not going to infinitely buy meme coins. SPX at 1.4 billion. No one is going to buy SPX when altcoins are actually at the bottoms, right? People will always be looking to speculate. And at one point of time, all this capital will be coming into the market as well, into the crypto market specifically, because the valuation, the capitalization of crypto market is very, very low still. And look at this chart. This is the chart of total 3 to USDT, right? This is something I was sharing 3 days ago. We were here and I told you that we are exactly at the support levels. It's either the time to be buying today or we're actually going to print a deviation below this support line. That's a very, very interesting situation because following the projections in terms of $86,000 Bitcoin, $96,000 Bitcoin, if it's 96, it's probably fine. 86, I think this dip will continue. But again, this is daily chart. I do believe it's totally fine for these type of deviations to take multiple days to solve themselves out. And the news, the insights I actually wanted to share is that around the 4th of July, something shall be happening. Top people in Iran, they're already evacuated. So it would be very, very interesting to see what shall be happening there. If you remember last year, 4th of July, it was a holiday in the US as usual, and they dumped the markets like crazy. They dumped crypto markets specifically in an absolute insane way. So no one was able to get out in time, right? This is something that happened around 4th of July in the last year. Let's see what will be happening this year as well. Last but not least, we have to talk about the hedge against the war. Let's see if this thing will actually serve as a hedge against the war. But what I wanted to share is that several days ago, it was actually shared to Gustavo from CoinTalk channel. By the way, I check his stuff on a daily basis, very, very good stuff. And one guy, he's like specifically pushing Yi to Gustavo, and Gustavo shared looking for an entry. And this line, I just copied it to my chart, right? Exactly the same line. And look how perfectly it actually tapped. Like it's absolutely insane. Obviously, very, very few people were able to get in at this level. But yeah, this one, something tells me on this chart that we are either going to print higher low somewhere here and like retest this support area, right? Or we're going to retouch this level again. And this would be your moment of truth, right? Because this week is just a Swift week. It's nothing, right? But this would be your moment of truth, whether or not it truly breaks down from here, or if it bounces and goes to new all-time high. This would be your moment of truth. And it's a funny comment, GM, were you fast enough? Because the line that he shared actually got touched. Very interesting and very insane type of setup out there. This is the overview on the market from my end at this stage. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thank you very much for watching this one. Stay healthy and rich. I shall be seeing you tomorrow. Bye.